Hi YouTube friends, it's Megan here with AM Soaps. Today I am making a lemon meringue inspired soap. My fragrance is Meyer Lemon Fragrance Oil. And I'm going to put on my safety glasses and I'm going to put on my gloves. What I have here is my recipe that I call suds. This is my lye distilled in distilled water. And this is my oils combined. The temperature of my oils, 85 degrees Fahrenheit. Temperature of my lye water, 84.2 degrees Fahrenheit. So I feel good about starting this. I will just tell you first, this is a 2-pound batch, and this is my mold. All this is a drawer organizer that I bought at the Dollar Tree. So if you want to make various soaps and don't want to spend all the money on supplies, you could make smaller batches and use affordable molds like this. My colorants, I'm going to have titanium dioxide in the topping, which will look like meringue. In order to make it look like that, I'm going to use this piping tip. This is the Wilton 2A piping tip. And the rest of the soap is going to be in the yellow shimmer mica. I'm going to let it gel, and that will be to hopefully have a more transparent soap to look like lemon meringue pie. I want to put on embeds, which are melt and pour lemons. However, I'm going to do that tomorrow. Reason being, when you want to force a soap into gel phase, you heat it up and warm it up, and that is not good for the melt and pour embeds. So I'm going to really try to force this through gel phase today, and early tomorrow morning, make up my melt and pour embeds and either glue them on with melt and pour or just kind of squish them into the soft soap. We'll see how that goes tomorrow. So now for today, let's mix up the rest of the soap. It's going to be divided in 2 portions. The lemon meringue portion, which will have the fragrance, and the topping, which will not have fragrance. However, it will be whipped up really good with the stick blender and have titanium dioxide in it. To make it real white. Always add your lye water to the oils, not the other way around. So let's give this a stir with the whisk. Pour it in. And I have my spatula here to make sure we have it all. In order for the chemistry to work out, you want all the lye water in the oils. To have a good chemistry, you have to have good measurements and good transfer of all the liquids. Don't want to leave any behind here in this container. Now we'll stick blend this up. I'm going to pour in here the portion that will be the topping. A little bit more. I like the white topping. Okay, now this portion is the yellow bottom. To this portion I will add my fragrance and add 1 teaspoon of the yellow shimmer. I have just gotten back from the UK. I was traveling for almost 3 weeks. Some of that was spent driving in Canada because I don't have an airport where I live. So here's 1 even teaspoon. I think a little bit more. I really want this a vivid yellow. I love the yellow shimmer mica. So I've been away for 3 weeks from making soap, and I'm inspired by this because in the UK, especially in Scotland, they had lots of meringue. And on the trip back, I was thinking, what soap do I want to make? And I was inspired and thought, I want to make a lemon meringue soap. Kind of lemon meringue pie inspired. So it's really that simple. Now I'm just going to pour it in the mold. This is lined with freezer paper. Before I pour, I just make sure there's no dust in there because it's been sitting here for a couple hours while the lye was cooling. Perfect. Now, I want a straight line so you really think of pie when you look at this. And that's not going to be hard because the topping is going to need about half an hour to set up. So there's our bottom. Oh, let's put a heart in it. If you've never seen my videos before, I put a little heart in every soap I make. It's from a column mold and blue. I'm gonna have to cut it so it will fit in here. And the slogan for our soap company is soaps made with heart, because in almost everything you'll find a heart. So next is the topping. I'm going to add 3/4 of a teaspoon of titanium dioxide to this. That'll make it a bright white, and it will also help thicken up faster. This will take about half an hour to be ready for piping. What I do, so I can start to clean up while this is setting, is I pour my piping batter into a sandwich bag. And this also is just easier to get it all out of the container. If I wait till it thickens, it's quite hard to get it all out. And I just sit this aside for half an hour to thicken. Lately I have been using one of these little crates from Michael's. It just sits in here perfect like that. Isn't that cute? Half an hour later I come back and it's ready to go. Okay everyone, I'm back now the next day, and I'm going to put in my embeds. Here is my loaf of soap. I took it out of the mold. Now, to get gel phase, which I'm pretty sure I did because I checked on it once, I put it in a box, and then I covered, it was a box with a lid, and I covered the box with towels so that insulated it, and so as it heated up, it kept its heat, and that would hopefully make it go through gel phase. We'll know when we cut it if it looks a bit more transparent than opaque, then I was successful. This is still a bit tacky, so I'm going to just unmold my melt and pour embeds here and see if I can squish them into the tacky soap here. Now I've already marked it. I took it over to my soap cutter and just marked here where the bars of soap will be using the soap cutter. So here's my melt and pour. This is tacky, and I should be able to take this little lemon slice and just push it in there. This reminds me of soap dough that is a bit of a very popular thing right now. Everyone's talking about using soap dough. It's tacky and pliable. Because this is the next morning. It's been about 18 hours since I made this soap. So just push that in there, and it is staying. This is my fruit slice mold. I don't really remember where I bought it. On Amazon. Amazon.ca, because I'm Canadian. Often if I go in and pick something out, I'll pick out some extra things. There was one day, I think my husband gave this to me for Christmas. I put a whole bunch of soap molds in my wish list, and that's how I tell him what I want for birthday or Christmas, is the Amazon wish list. So this is working quite well. Just another way to do it. I was worried if I put them in and then really let this heat up in that box that the melt and pour embeds would not look as good. You could do these slices different ways. I could have them sticking out like that. For packaging though, I find it easier to have things a little bit more compact than sticking straight up. This also would have just been a very fine, pretty soap without adding these at all. There's just a little bit extra. This is the part of the soap making I find fun, is the creativity. There. I think those are fixed in there pretty good. Now I'm going to let this sit through the day because it's still quite soft, and we'll cut it tonight.